Hey everyone, Don here with Don's Question of the Day. Guys, welcome to Friday's edition of DQOTD.
So excited, and I just can't hide it.
Right guys, it is Friday. You know what that means. It is time for the weekly poll results right after the results for today's question. So stay tuned because there's two results on Fridays, guys. Let's get into it. Well guys, thank you so much for voting this week on our weekly poll and the questions of the day for this week. Today's question actually involves things that we don't like to talk about, anger and frustration. And what do we do when we're angry and frustrated? We throw things. Today's question, what is something you would throw in anger? Maybe something close by you, possibly? Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not something physical. Let's see what you guys said for today's question. A lot of you said that you don't really get angry or frustrated and you wouldn't really throw anything, especially at somebody. I totally get that. And for those of you that said something that lives and breathes as throwing that thing, I did not include that in the results for obvious reasons. You know, we like to be nice on this show. So. We have a cordless phone, not a cell phone, although that did come up. Not a cell phone, but a cordless phone. You know, the old 2.4 gigahertz phones, the cordless phones that you have in your kitchen or whatever. You pick it up in the house, in your house. So we got that. We have a table, and I was thinking, how would you throw a table? Well, you'd pick it up and, you know, throw it, you know, towards the floor or whatever. That is throwing. That's technically throwing. We've got keys. Throwing your keys at somebody would be not good. So just throwing your keys out of anger, just so angry.
Mess with me, punk.
That plays golf a lot. They said they have thrown golf clubs before, just banged them on the ground and it just bent them really bad. Not a good thing. Golf clubs are expensive, yo. We've got throwing an ashtray, a lamp, a glass cup, which would shatter. That would be a mess. Jeez. Whatever is handy or close by, which we were talking about. Like, I'm just gonna chuck this remote. I'm so mad. This show is getting angry today, isn't it? Jeez. What about throwing a dustpan? My question though, is this dustpan, does it have dust on it? Because that could get really messy. Jeez. Throwing an orange, also had throwing an apple, so we got some fruit in there. Throwing a baseball bat, yikes. And I asked them, I was like, literally you just chuck it and throw it? They're like, yeah, sometimes I have. I was like, okay, well, because I'm thinking baseball bat, you're just like, you know, just swinging it, just beating a pillow or something. Just, I can't take it anymore. I'm just going to beat this pillow, right? Throwing a can of peaches, not at somebody. That will knock them out and kill them, and that will not be good, so don't do that. A broom, we had a dustpan, got to have a broom and throw that in there. A pitcher full of ice water. Yeah, I could see that. And that's like a high school prank really right there. So throwing a cigarette, hopefully it's not lit. Ouch. A shoe, throwing a shoe. Yeah, my brothers used to throw shoes at me. Absolutely. Throwing dishes on the ground or at angry customers at a restaurant. Somebody that's giving you a hard time. I'm just kidding. Don't throw it at people, right? And then we had people that didn't actually take it literally. So they said throwing your fist at somebody and punching them. Wouldn't advise it. Temper tantrums. Throwing a temper tantrum. Throwing dirty looks at somebody. What? Stop it. Throwing and just throwing a fit, which, you know, kids like to do that. Throwing fits. Gee whiz, guys. We have cottage cheese. We have a wife that threw a cottage cheese at her husband because he was talking about how she couldn't cook, I think she said. And also raw chicken. She also mentioned raw chicken. Those two were too good to leave out, so I had those in there. Raw chicken. No, thank you. Salmonella? Salmonella? Some fruits in there. Now we've got a cucumber. Throwing a cucumber. You can hit somebody with a cucumber. It'd be okay, right? Be okay. They're not that hard. Could be a mushy one. It could explode when it hits your face. Yuck. Somebody had said an egg, and somebody said a rotten egg. No, thank you. And of course, tomatoes, which you guys are probably doing right now. You're probably wishing you had a tomato to throw at me. Because all the, bad humor and stuff that we have on this show. Today's number one answer for today's question, guys, was a smartphone, which I was really surprised. It's like, really, a smartphone? What, do you have like $400 or $500 laying around that you just, oh, I threw my cell phone again and broke it. Now I got to go buy another one, right? Just was surprised. And I wasn't sure if you were actually serious or not, but a lot of you said, I have done that in anger and it did break it and I had to get a new one, or it just cracked the screen or whatever. I don't know. That could be disastrous. No. That's about all I can do for today's results for the question of the day. Now we get into the weekly poll, which is, in life, do you consider yourself to be an entertainer, or are you more comfortable being part of the audience? So somebody that kind of sits back and watches life happen, or do you like to be the life of the party? Do you like to be an entertainer and entertain people, make them laugh, kind of like I attempt to do on this show? But yeah. So as you can guess, I guessed I wanted to be an entertainer. So it was either an entertainer or a part of the audience, those two on the weekly poll for this week. What happened, guys? Well, kind of a disappointment. It's one of those things. It was 50-50 this week's poll. So bummer, man. I don't like it when we don't have winners or when we come really close. It's like, bummer. Like, I want to do it again, and I want to do it longer or more days so we get more votes. But it is what it is. So there we go. So 50-50 on that. Half of us want to be entertainers apparently, and half of us just want to sit back and let life happen and let the entertainer entertain us. So there we go, guys. You got your question of the day results and the weekly poll. So there we go, guys. Appreciate you so much. Hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. Just really quick, wanted to let you know we got one more week of questions, and then I'm taking 2 weeks off. We're going to take 2 weeks off. DQOTD won't have any questions for those 2 weeks. It's kind of right in the middle of August, and I'll be doing a live video soon about that. So just check that out, and we'll return after the 2 weeks. I just got to take a break, guys. Just saying. So there we go. This video up if you did like it. Right there. Like it. Like that video, right? Here we go. Subscribe down below and hit ring-a-ding-a-ding, that notification bell, so you'll know when we come out with a new video very soon. I'm Don, everybody. Question everything. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.